Hi everybody, JoPaddy here. And today I was just going to do a little painting just for fun. And I was getting some older paints out. I'm almost done using up some old paints that have been sitting around since like fall. It's now March. But I'm opening these up and I look at the lid and everything, and look at that, y'all. It's all bubbly and soapy looking, iridescent colors too. And unfortunately for me, I didn't mark my old paints because I usually would just use them up right away within 24 hours. Normally, I like to mix my paints up and then use them 24 hours later. That way, a lot of air bubbles are gone and stuff. But it doesn't really matter because you could take heat to it or blow it around or whatever. And you can even sand it lightly when you're done with it and put a top coat on. So I don't worry too much about the bubbles. But this is concerning. So I got to thinking, what did I do? What did I do different? Because I have a normal pour, and I've been pouring the same way, mixing my paints, whatever, the same way for a long time. I have changed up my recipe a little bit, so I'll probably do an updated video on, you know, the then and the now of pouring paint, my mixture, but my recipe. But I finally figured it out. I had used this. Let me get it. I used this in there. Golden's Retarder. It's an additive for increasing the working time of acrylic paints. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I rarely use it, put it that way. Because I just use water to move the paints around, and it dries real fast. I don't need to extend the working time. But on this, that is my only answer, because I know how I mix my paints, and I know that Floetrol wouldn't do this. And I know that just plain water wouldn't do this. And so I just went down the list of things that I use and tried to figure it out, and that's that. So, on that note, we're just going to use it today. We're going to use it up and see how things turn out. So I'm just going to do a painting, a small painting here. I love these type of canvases. I've got a whole bunch of the really big ones. I like to pour on rectangular type canvases, the really long ones. My favorite are like the 3 feet long canvases, 2 feet wide, and then 1 inch in depth. Okay, so these colors, don't even know what they are. So to me, it just looks like iridescent bronze here. And then this looks like my chocolate. Let's see if I can find that. Hang on a second. Yeah, my brushed metal. I'm pretty sure that's what that is, because I can tell by the color. It's just by Folk Art, and it's a brushed bronze or whatever. And this is the copper. I meant to say copper. I'm getting all confused over here, everybody. And so, from what I can tell, what I can remember, all 3 of these have, well, I don't know about the copper. I don't know about the copper. I don't think the copper does. But I know for a fact that these 2 here have the retarder in them. The copper does not. I can just tell by looking at it. I know my paints. Okay. Let's just try to make a pour, you guys. Make a little design here. I don't know if I'm going to use my blow dryer or not. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just do a ring pour, swipe through, then blow dry. Who knows? All right. But what I do want to do is go ahead and cover the canvas. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use a black or a white, whatever. Let's see here. I'd really like to incorporate some of my favorite color, which is the phthalo green. But I don't know if I want to mix that up really quick. Let's see if I can. Oh, I got some sitting right here. All right. That's my absolute favorite color between this and the Payne's Gray. So I'm going to use my little popsicle stick here. I put a little evergreen in here to make it a little bit of that shine. So I put a couple drops of the evergreen metallic in here with my phthalo green. Oh, I just saw something. It's actually Sunday, St. Patrick's Day. So maybe my mind was taking me to the green subconsciously. I don't know. Okay. What I'd really like to do, actually, is put some of that green in here because I kind of want to just do some highlights. So I think I'm going to put the green in this little bottle right here. Let me go find my funnel. Let me go find my funnel. I'll be right back. And here she is. All right, so now, and I want to do this to protect the canvas because, now where'd my papers go? Everything's been moved around. Okay. I want to protect my canvas because I'm not ready to paint on it yet. Now, let's just put the green in here. All right. I'll rinse that out later so I can reuse that cup. No. It's a little bit of overflow, which is fine. Don't care. Okay. And then I actually got some white pillowcases, you guys, and I want to do a beach pour with some of this fabric paint that I got to do white pillowcases. But there's a way to do it. I had to get some cardboard to keep the pillowcase flat, and there's some stuff that you have to prep for to actually have it turn out just right. I'll do that video next week. All right, let's see what we can do, everybody. Let's see what I can produce with old paints. All right, all right, all right. I think I'm just going to do a little puddle pour here. It's not very even, but that's okay. Down in here. Oops. Well, now. Well, well, everybody. All right. See what we can get from this. I see that blue has really extended itself. The blue that had the retarder in it. It's really separated. Let me do this now. All right, let's see here. Sorry about the angle. I'm going to tip it really quick this way. Trying to get a little more straight back in there. Because it was coming to be at an angle a little bit that I didn't want. There we go. Straight up now. Back to where I wanted it. All right. Little tiny baby bubble right there. Popped it. Okay. Now I know that if I did a swipe or something, that blue would come forth. So I don't want to do that though. And I don't want to torch it. And I do know that since this is a cheap canvas, I can see the canvas coming through at the bottom there. But I can just pour a little more on top here. Let's just get some layers going. Making my layers here. Let's see what happens, everybody. The blue is very thin from the retarder. Very, very, very thin. Thinning itself out so it can stay wet and working time can be added. do it like this. Add a little movement to that painting. I want to do 3, so I'm going to go right down the middle of this blue. And that's all the green I'm going to do. Let's take a look at this. I like it a lot, but what I want to do one more thing, and I'm going to add a little more of the copper down on top of that green. Everybody, I've just been watching this, letting it sit. I do know that if I blow this green out, I'll get more green over there, but I'm really liking that extra fine line and the effect that it's creating around the very, very thin line. I love it. I don't want to blow it out. I want to do nothing else to it. I do know that I could probably get other effects if I tilted it a little bit more this way or that way, and things that I know I could do to this painting. But you know, this is the look I was kind of going for, 90% of it anyway. So I'm going to leave it. And then I will have the dried piece in the end. All right, everybody, here's your meditation thought for today. There is life how it is, and life how we think it should be. The more we cling to the latter, the more we struggle. So I want everybody to wear your own ruby slippers, and you know what that means. Do it your way, any way you want to. And thank you for watching. Arrivederci, everybody. See you again soon, back in the studio.